Good morning. It's about 2:45 in the morning. Everything is packed away, getting ready to put the backpack on, and starting this 4-state challenge. 44 plus miles. I say plus because there's going to be side trails I have to go down to get water and such today. So it's going to be at least 44. That's the mileage from A to B to the Pennsylvania-Maryland line. So I'm going to start in Virginia, West Virginia, cross over into West Virginia, cross over into Maryland, and then touch the Pennsylvania line, and I'll be done for the day. Hopefully I'll make it that far. At least 44 miles. It's going to be a long day. 2:45 in the morning. Whew, that chocolate honey bun sure was good, though. All right, let's do it. And the state of Virginia and its 550 miles is in the bag. Okay, so it's 3 in the morning. I've went 0.23 miles so far. So 0.23 miles at 3 o'clock in the morning on the nose. I will be giving updates throughout the day so y'all can count along and have a countdown to the ending at the Mason-Dixon line at Penmar, the Pennsylvania-Maryland line. All right, it's dark. I'm hearing coyotes in the background. I'm hoping they're just cheering me on. All right, let's do this. So I've already came to my first annoyance and delay. Cruising on the trail. Looked pretty obvious to me that I was on the trail. And then I came to a split. And the blazes, I mean, it was marked for the side trail, the blue blaze. But at nighttime, it's hard to tell it's blue because they use like a baby blue. It just kind of looked like a dull white, like maybe it was faded. So I went down the trail a little bit just to look and get close, and sure enough, it was blue, so that was a side trail. So that means the Appalachian went to the left. And so I went to the left, but I wasn't seeing a blaze, and then so I thought, I better look at the map just to make sure. And it was showing that I was way off the trail, nowhere near it. So I turned around and looked, the other direction where I just came from, and for the southbounders, there was a white blaze there showing that was the trail. So I looked at the map again, still showing way off the trail. Thought maybe there was a delay or some kind of issue and that it would catch back up. I don't know. Anyway, I turned to left, and this has to be it. I don't know what else it could be. And then all of a sudden I did see the white blaze, so I was on the Appalachian Trail again. I never was off it. I just wasn't going anywhere because I was trying to figure out where I was supposed to go. Then I look at the map again, still way off. So I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with the map. This is a day that I don't need delays or to be staring at maps or anything. So hopefully if that's going to be an issue all day, hopefully the trail will be marked good with the blazes so I can just keep on cruising. Because no matter how fast or slow you are, 44, 45, 46 miles is a lot. It's going to take a lot of time. Every little delay will add up, and I don't need it. So glad I'm on the trail. Glad that delay is over with, and hopefully that will be the last one today. Have a funny feeling it won't be, but I'm going to take whatever it gives me and go as far as I can go, and hopefully that's all the way. But here I am cruising again, so all is good. I just hope that map thing figures itself out. Glad they have this little walkway on this bridge going over Shenandoah River. I don't know if you could even see it. Probably not, but down there's the river. And the mountains and everything in the background. Probably can't even see it this time of day, even though I could see it with my headlamp. All right, continuing on. 4 a.m. and 2.85 miles in so far. 2.85 miles at 4 a.m. This is kind of cool. It's right on the trail here in Harper's Ferry. This is the ruins of St. John's Episcopal Church, which was built in 1852 and served as a hospital and barracks during the Civil War. Got a lot of damage done to, and they rebuilt it, but then it was abandoned, I guess, in 1895. That looks pretty cool. And it's still there a little bit. You can see it. Some history there from about 170 years ago. And here's another church, not so historic. Walks right by it, coming into the Harper's Ferry historic downtown. Hopefully it's marked pretty good for the trail, so I know where I'm going here to be able to navigate my way through it. Yeah, right there on the lamppost, we got us a white blaze coming down these stairs. All right, continuing on. I don't know if it's just because it's dark or because it's early in the morning and I'm not thinking too great, but man, it was not easy finding out where the trail went here in Harper's Ferry. I went down the wrong road a couple times. It was like that map problem is still going where it's a little bit off the trail and it wasn't marked very well. And then finally I ran into this sign, so at least I'm back on trail now, getting ready to cross the Potomac. And I just crossed the Potomac River. So West Virginia is in the bag. 4:58 a.m. and 5.3 miles. 4:58 and 5.3 miles. Six a.m. 7.89 miles. Was feeling quite tired and depleted, so I thought I'd stop and get some water and eat some more food. I don't know if it's just because I got up real early or what, but it just wasn't feeling so hot, so I thought I'd take a little break here and continue on. Nothing gonna break my stride, nothing gonna slow me down, oh no. Except rocks. So the rockiness that I was climbing at first here in Maryland has kind of leveled out to more flat terrain after going up, and these kind of rocks don't like stepping on those for sure, but it doesn't really slow me down too much, this type of rock, because it's spread out. You can kind of pick and choose where you're stepping. You just have to pay attention. And it takes a little more energy, unfortunately, because you're lifting your legs higher and longer strides. But at the end of the day, you're still able to keep that decent pace, which is very important to me today. I don't want to slow down to like 2 miles an hour or even 2.25 because that's going to make this impossible. I'd have to take like 20 to 24 hours to hike it, and I don't think I have that in me. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so already tired. Yeah, I was really tired and depleted there. So I'm glad I stopped just for a few minutes and drank some water. Got 6 of those mini donuts in me, and that little sugar helped out. A cup of coffee probably would have helped too, but I don't need the caffeine. I just need to keep putting the energy in me. So I do need to eat like every hour. So that's going to be really important for me today to keep eating, because I'm probably going to burn, I don't know, 10 to 12,000 calories today, I'm guessing, just on the mileage alone. And the elevation, even though the elevation is low through this part, it will be my highest day of elevation. It'll be 7,000 plus if I complete it. It's spread out over 40 something miles instead of, 20 miles and 7,000, which is kind of more normal for the terrain grade and everything up to this point. Usually if you're going 20 miles, you're doing at least 5,000 to 6,000 in elevation. But I'll definitely break that record today if I complete this, and obviously the mileage record for myself as well. It'll be the longest I've ever hiked in one day. There was one time I think I got over 50, but I didn't write it down. I didn't document it. It's not on my all trails or anything like that, so I have no way of proving it. And even if I did, I'm sure it was a very flat area with like no hills, because it was years ago, and I'm pretty sure that it was a flat area that I did in Florida, but I'm not really sure. So it might not even been 50. It might have been something in my head. I know I've gotten into 30s before. I mean, I've gotten 31 just out here on this trail. That's my highest so far on this trail. But I think I've got like mid 30 before. So even if I can't complete it, I'm still thinking I'm going to get mid to high 30s at least, which will definitely beat that record as well. So far, not too bad. I had that little depletion there, and it was kind of like right when the sun was rising, so it might have had something to do with the dark turning to light and the way that kind of affects your eyes. And it kind of happens that way at night too. When the sun starts setting, you start feeling tired, or it's like you're squinting your eyes or something. So I think that's what it was, with just needing the calories. So as soon as I got those calories, like 5 minutes later, new burst of energy. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, and I think I'm going to have a really good day of conquering here. 2 states are in the bag already, and we're off to a really good start. So looking forward to how far I can get today. 7 a.m. and 9.54 miles. That's 9.54 miles at 7 a.m. The other thing I wanted to mention, when I was feeling really depleted and, the sun was just starting to come up, and I, had to sit down and take a break, drink some water, and eat some food. I actually contemplated that moment, quitting at some point and not going the whole way. A lot of people think I'm super strong, and I guess I am mentally, because I do push through a lot of adversity. But that doesn't mean that I don't have temptations, and that sometimes the voices argue in my head and my brain, gives me thoughts and ideas that I shouldn't. Like the old TV shows and movies where you have the little angel on one side and the devil on the other. I definitely have that at times. It was just, I was so tired, and I was already getting sore and just depleted. It felt like every step was a challenge. And I just man, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can make it. And sometimes you just need to stop and get some calories and have a come to Jesus moment with yourself, and kind of whip myself around and said, you know what, I can make this. I'm in plenty good pace so far. I just need to do the right things, drink the right fluids, drink electrolytes, drink the water, eat the calories, eat the protein, get the carbs, and keep pushing through, because I can do this. I know I can do this. And if I don't do it, that's fine. But it's not going to be because I already decided, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this today, and I'm just going to find a way to stop early. No, I'm going to push through as far and long as I can. So that's when you know someone is strong, I guess. That's when your strength, I should say, is a better way to say it. Your strength is tested. Not when things are going good, but when things are going bad, and what you end up ultimately making a decision of. And I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I'm pushing through. Came to a shelter. It's really the only water source for I think it's another 12 or 13 miles. So I need to get some water, because I obviously already went, double digits today. So I need to get this water, but it's 0.4 down. Then 0.4 back up, so there's another mile added to today. But at least there's a couple guys up at the shelter, and they said, hey, we're not leaving for a minute if you want to leave your pack here to go down there. So that is good. And they were saying that because it was really rocky in the beginning, and then it kind of flattened out. And I've heard that Maryland, once you get up, you're pretty much up for a while, and it's pretty flat with a little bit of rocks. But they said the last 15 miles of Maryland gets pretty rocky. But if that's the case, that means several miles before then of not rocky. So I'm hoping that their opinions are correct. But everybody looks at rocky different. Some people say, oh, not rocky, and it's still rocky. Some people say something's rocky and it's just a couple stones. So we'll see. But we shall see. But right now I'm going to get this water and head back to trail. Literally doesn't even care that I was just running on the trail towards her or him. How you doing, cutie? You're very trusting. I'm not going to hurt you. This little guy or gal jumped and then just stopped and didn't run off and just looked at me. 15 feet from me right now. And then there's another one up there. That's already, oh, I'm sorry, there's 3 more up there. Oh wow, I don't know if you could see it, above where the trees are down. There's a bunch of eyes just looking at me. So there's 4 deer right there. That's 7 for the day so far. I think I'm going to see more deer in Maryland than I did in all of Shenandoah. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, sweetie. All right, go back to eating. I need to get back on the trail. 8 a.m. and 12 miles. 8 a.m. and 12 miles. I met a couple of hikers, section hikers, at the shelter when I stopped to get water, and we were all talking while I was filtering. 2 of the nicest guys ever, I'm telling you. Cookie and Chipmunk. But they're sectioning basically the state, I guess. Chipmunk joked and said, yeah, we're basically sectioning what you're trying to do in one day, we're going to do in 4 or 5 days. So that puts it into perspective a little bit. But just super nice guys. Real positive attitudes. And Chipmunk wanted to get a picture with me, show his family or talk to his family about what I'm doing. And they, as I was leaving, they both, big, congratulations, say hi to Katahdin for us. We wish you luck, or we'll be praying that you make it today. And just, it's nice to see cool people that want to wish you well, and, don't have the sour faces and negativity, and, they're just full of positive energy and good vibes. So it's always good to meet someone like that when you're trying to do some conquering for the day. Helps give you that little extra pep in your step, even when you have to walk a mile or 0.8 on a side trail to get in the water. But that's okay, because I already planned on a couple miles being over the 44 miles because of side trails like water and such. I'm not doing any side trails for, views or anything like that today. There's been a couple already, but yeah, I'm not doing that. That's every other day, but not today. Today is all about trying to conquer the 4-state challenge. All right. Decent pace so far. That one set me back a little bit, but it's all good because the next few miles of trail should be somewhat decent to get some, maybe make up some miles and, get even a better pace going. All right. And another thing here that's really cool, I was told that when you get to Maryland on the right side of the trail, when you're going north at least, there's like a wall, so you can't really see over any views or anything anyway. And there it is. There's that big old wall up there. I don't know if it goes the whole state or just here for a little while, but it's kind of funny. It's like a fortress or something for the Appalachian Trail. Protected from all enemies. 9 a.m. 14.5 miles. 14.5 miles at 9 a.m. This rock was on the trail and said, "Hey, Fortune, you should come over here and sit on me and have a snack. It's time to eat again for the hour." So that's what I'm doing. Gonna have some peanut butter and some potato chips. Maybe some little sausages too. Then back on the trail, going at it. Me on my 4-state challenge. Me when somebody says there's trail magic up ahead. There's a building from 1887. The ruins of it. Here in Maryland at one of the state parks. They also had like an empty tomb, which was not something that anybody raised from the dead or anything like that. I guess it was a tomb that was bought, I don't know, a long time ago and just never used. And it was just the, historical saving of that building or something. I don't have time to look or read all these things today, though. I'm trying to get somewhere. But it's kind of cool to see these things when they're right on the trail. All right, continuing on. Somebody went and put some elevation in this trail when I wasn't looking. Coming out of that state park, which I got a little trail magic there. Giving drinks away at the state park. I got a little Gatorade. Always nice to get a little extra electrolytes when you're busting through on a day like today. Restrooms were open. Got to have a business meeting. That's always nice. Makes you feel like you're in luxury. So back on trail. Took a little break in there too. Try to stop and eat every hour. Been eating, for the most part as I'm walking. But I stopped on that rock as well with the peanut butter and chips and so a lot of good potassium and protein in that little meal / snack. It's enough calories for a meal, but it was just a snack. And then there's a pretty good climb coming out of that state park. There's a pretty good amount of elevation today. It's just spread out. So it has to come from somewhere. This is definitely one of them right here. So continuing on. 10 a.m. 16 miles in. It's 11 a.m. 17.86 miles in. Pretty tired so far. The body is strong. Nothing's hurting too bad. I mean, it's only about 20 miles or somewhere around there. So it shouldn't be hurting. I do more than 20 miles every day. But I'm just like really stinking tired. And I don't know, probably because I got up at 2:30 in the morning and, didn't get that much sleep. So, pushing right off the get-go at 2:30 in the morning, you're going to start hitting a lull at some point. So I'm planning on stopping at the next shelter up here, getting some food. I might even take a power nap before continuing on. There's just so many rocks here in Maryland. I don't know if I'm going to make the 4-state challenge today, because it's just hard to get a real good pace going. Like, I'll get going fast, and then all of a sudden the rocks will pound back up again magically through the surface of the earth. So, I don't know. Play it by ear. But right now, I am just whipped. Almost feel like I'm going to fall asleep as I'm walking. Definitely need some energy and some food. So that's why I'm going to stop at the shelter. But depending on how I feel after that, I might take like I said, a quick 15, 30-minute power nap or something. So that's the plan. And maybe the trail will ease up a little bit. I know towards the end it gets really rocky, but maybe it'll ease up a little bit before then and be able to make up some miles. I mean, I'm not doing bad at all. Just going to be like 2 or 3 short at noon from where I wanted to be. But that's okay. Still can make up. The problem is my headlamp went out on me this morning right as it was getting light. So I'm going to try charging that at the shelter too. Because otherwise I'm going to be done at sundown regardless if I've made the miles or not. So go check that out while I'm at the shelter as well, and just play everything by ear. There are no rules, just living life. Here's a nice view right off the trail on some cliffs called the White Rocks Cliffs. For about 1,500 up, I believe. 12 o'clock noon and 20.5 miles in for the day. Alrighty, to be transparent, the trail crosses a road, a little access road, and then goes across, and then it heads up to the shelter. And I just got on the wrong trail. When I came out of the access road, there's 2 trails. One kind of goes off to the right, one goes straight ahead. The one that is exactly across from where the AT comes out is the one that goes straight ahead. It just seemed like that was the one that I should take. Unfortunately, I got a little too far before I realized. I was just loving it. I was cruising. There were no rocks. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, this is way too nice to be in the Appalachian Trail. That's sad, but it's true. There were no rocks. It was nice and smooth. I was just cruising along. And then it dawned on me, man, I haven't seen a white blaze. Look at the map. Sure enough. I don't know, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 mile off the trail. So I go all the way back. And then I realized that the Appalachian Trail is the one that veered off to the right. Literally like 5 to 10 feet from where the other trail was. It's all my fault on that one. So I like drifted around inside of Harper's Ferry in the dark trying to figure out where the trail went. Now I went off here 1/2 mile, and then I had the water source that was 1/2 mile down a steep hill, which means I had to come up 1/2 mile coming back. So I have definitely added mileage on that I did not need to add on at all. So I'm my own worst enemy right now. I'm only a couple miles shy of where I needed to be like halfway by noon, which is where I wanted to be. Doing what I just did didn't help, but I'm going to eat at this shelter and see how I feel, see if I can get some energy back, get some tuna in me, some peanut butter, some combos, some chips, maybe something sweet. I don't know, see what else I want to get that has carbs, protein, sugars. I'll probably get an electrolyte drink or put some electrolyte powder in my water and kind of see how I feel. I don't know how far I'm going to go tonight. Probably going to go as far as I can. It's getting really hard for me to hit that 47 though before dark, so hopefully I can charge up my headlamp battery a little bit in case I need it. If not, then I'll probably just stop short tonight, be somewhere in the 30s for the day, and hit it again tomorrow. No harm, no foul, because I'm not here to do the 4-state challenge. I just like to challenge myself and conquer things, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm making it pretty hard on myself at this point, though, so we'll see what happens. But right now, the only thing I care about is getting some food in me, getting some energy back, and hopefully wake me up a little bit. So I'm at 22 miles. It is currently 5 p.m. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot more. Looks like I'm not getting the challenge this year. That's okay, though. The big goal is much more important, and that's getting to Katahdin and summiting Katahdin and keeping myself healthy. I stopped at the shelter, got some lunch, filled up on some water, and ate some food, and I was just so deathly tired, like I was telling you. So I laid down and took a nap, and that little nap that I thought was going to be a power nap turned into about a 3.5-hour nap. And I woke up feeling a little more rested, but my stomach was nauseous and everything. So I had to eat some food, drink some more water. And I was trying to make up my mind, it doesn't look like I'm going to hit the challenge, but do I want to go on another, 5 to 10 miles before the day's over? And then it started raining with it bright and sunny too. So I knew it wouldn't last long, but so I ate some more food, and stomach's just a little off right now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with my body, I don't think. I'm not feeling sick or anything like that. I think it's just really lack of sleep and getting up so early this morning. Sometimes your body just doesn't allow you to do what you want to do that day. It doesn't mean I failed. You can look at it like I failed. There's part of me that looks at it like I failed, but at the same time, my body just wasn't willing to do it. I could keep going now if I had a headlamp working, but I couldn't get the headlamp working again, so I'm going to have to get that looked at an outfitter, because it should have definitely lasted more than the 3 hours or so that it lasted this morning. So I guess what I'm going to do is stay here at this shelter, get up early again, not 1:30 or 2, but probably like 5 or 6, or head out by 6. And I'll have like 28 miles to the first big intersection in Pennsylvania. So I'll get there and kind of figure out where I'm going to stay, because there's big rain coming in on Friday. So that's the plan. Unfortunately, I didn't make the 45 miles, but I made 22 miles. Still a good day. Still a strong day. Just not 4-state day, but 2 states are still in the bag as of today, and 1 state will be in the bag as of tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to get some rest. It's like I said, 5 o'clock. I'm just going to cook some dinner here instead of taking my chance and going down the road and then having a shelter or campground that's full. I'm just going to take advantage of being here early and get some good food and energy in me, and head back out in the morning and do what I do every day, those 20 to 30 mile days, and little by little chiseling away at this trail, and still conquering, still overcoming, just not the 4-state challenge today. So hopefully you're not all disappointed, but if you are, You'll get over it. Because I'm just living life, my friends. There are no rules. I don't put rules on myself. I'm just living life minute by minute. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning.